one of these grading services sheets from Beckett in the box that I got back. My Charizards that were damaged, and one of the things that I wanted to address was how to fill one of these out and what some of the text on here means in regards to submitting these forms to get your cards graded. So we're just gonna jump right into that because I know that this content can be helpful to some people. There wasn't really a whole lot on YouTube to help me. There was still a lot that I had to figure out, and so we'll jump right into that. So here we have the gaming card submission form. And fill out your name. It also has the information for where you're going to send it here, phone number if you have any issues, and their website again. If you're a first-time buyer, they're going to assign you an account number, so don't worry about stressing out about finding it on your account or anything like that. You don't need to worry about this portion. Fill out your name, address, city, state, phone, zip, and email address. This is going to be helpful, especially email address if you want to know, what your grades were in advance. So shipping, priority overnight, in my opinion, isn't worth it. I had a bad experience with it. You can't guarantee that you're going to get it overnight. If it's like they ship it on a Thursday, you happen to not be around on Friday, FedEx doesn't give it to you on Saturday because for whatever reason FedEx doesn't deliver on Saturdays. At least not in my area anyway. I don't know what it's like everywhere else, but I didn't get it till Monday and they shipped it out on Thursday. So much for overnight, right? So 2-day express saver, ground, and then if you have a FedEx account number, it gives you, kind of a more detailed experience. This information is for Beckett only. Do not worry about filling this out. This portion here, I was having a hard time focusing. There we go. So gaming, for this, if you're doing Pokemon, I've been doing PKMN, just because filling the whole word Pokemon in here, kind of inconvenient, doesn't really fit. I don't know if that's the correct way, but I didn't have any issues. So quantity, if you've got multiples of the same card, then you would fill out multiple quantity. If it is the same card, but one is hollow and one is not hollow, then do a separate line for those. Year, you're gonna wanna verify the year that it came out, because, if it was a card from Evolutions or something like that, and you put 2020 because the current year is 2020, that's not going to be accurate. They might catch that, but it would really be disheartening to have to send your cards back because they don't have accurate information on them. Set name is going to be, for instance, the newest set, Vivid Voltage, is part of the Sword and Shield generation. So it's going to be Sword and Shield, Vivid Voltage, and then whatever additional information is needed here. So if it's a pre-release card, you'd want pre-release. If it's part of the build and battle kit, build and battle kit. If it's a promo, Black Star promo, whatever it is that you want to include there. Card number, even if it's a promo card, you're going to want to put just the numerical value. Don't put the alphanumerical. So like if it's Sword and Shield promo Charizard from the Champions Path Elite Trainer box, it says SWSH050. Well, you're going to want to put just 050 or 50. They don't really need the 0, but I'm a little bit obsessive compulsive with the numbers and things like that, so I always include probably more information than is necessary. But I'm going to do my best to make sure that you guys don't have to follow in my footsteps in that regard. So, card description. If it just says Charizard, you're probably just gonna want to put Charizard, unless it's a special kind of Charizard, Black Star promo, pre-release. If it's, you know, maybe an error or a misprint or something like that, you can include those in the card description as well. Declared value, that is, according to Beckett, the value before grading. Now that can be kind of risky to you, because upon returning, if something happens to it and you do get something of value and you didn't account for that in your insurance, well, you're only covered up to the amount that you're insured for. So, you know, obviously don't overpay, you know, you don't have to go crazy with it, but you definitely want to think about the declared values that you are including here. And then total quantity is just going to be the total amount of cards that you are sending. If you cannot fit them here, use a second sheet for additional cards, and then you can include the total, you know, on the full submission form of all of the cards that you're sending, even if, you know, they're on the other sheet, because you don't want to fill out all that information more than one time. So just use this portion for the additional cards, and don't fill out probably the rest of it. So one piece that was a little bit confusing is this checkbox portion here. By checking this box, your card will be given a numeric grade if possible, but if the cards are deemed to be altered, trimmed, recolored, etc., basically if they're fake or they have problems with them, they will seal and authenticate the cards in a standard Beckett authentication alter case. So they're not even going to grade them if it's not a legitimate card, or if you've altered them in any way to make them look better. So submit real stuff, please. It makes it harder for the rest of us if you're not. By checking this box, your cards will only be authenticated. So you have the option of either submitting for grading and authentication or just authentication, but the standard grading fee applies to authentication. You wouldn't have to worry about the subgrades because you're not getting grading if you are just authenticating. So to break down the grading options a little bit, if you're not sure what subgrades are, if you've seen an example of a BGS card before that has the grade for the centering, the surface, the edges, and the corners, all four categories have their own individual grade, that is a subgrade, and they include that information on the slab label. So, and then you also get your total. So whatever it comes out to be, say you get a couple of 9s and a couple 9.5s, and the total comes out to be a 9.5 or a 9. That would be an example of your subgrades, and then your total final. For the standard and economy, they do give cost breaks at 51 cards and at 100 cards. I mean, it's not a huge break, but it is kind of nice if you're sending out large quantity to be able to, you know, get a discount on some of that stuff. And you only get one choice. So if you want to submit something on a separate service, you have to fill out another submission form for those items. Calculating the amount. So the total number of cards. I'll just use my last submission as an example. I had 3 cards in total, and the grading fee per card was $125 per card. You're going to multiply that $125 by the 3 cards that you submit. If there is an oversized item surcharge, so like if you're submitting jumbo cards or something like that, they charge an additional, see if I can get that to focus, $8 for US residents, $12 for international, and it's anything larger than 3x5. So you'll include that as well. Return insurance, I'm going to show you on the back here in a second. Return postage is also listed on the back. For Texas residents, add 8.25% sales tax, and then you're going to total it all up and write that number here. When you have your total, you're going to choose your payment option. You can pay with a check or money order, not cash. or you can choose whichever card you have, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Discover. Fill out the card number, expiration date, CVC code, name, and signature. And then you're gonna wanna check out the BGS terms and conditions on beckett.com/grading, sign and date. Now to show you these tables that they're talking about here, and they do break down how to fill all of this out on the back, but obviously it's a lot of reading. And it's hard to focus on the small print. So they reiterate the oversized item fees. This breaks down the FedEx specifically, because that's what they use for their services. Next day service, 1 to 10 cards is $55. 2-day service, 1 to 10 cards, $40, and so on and so forth. So if you want it right away, this, I recommend saving yourself $15 and going with 2-day service. It's not really, you're not guaranteed to get it next day. If you miss it or something like that, then you're out the extra 15 bucks for no reason. And that's just with my experience. So obviously some other people have probably had success with it. I did the Express Saver for my next submission. So on top of using like the standard service, I also did Express Saver. So I submit 3 cards this time for like $143 instead of $450 or whatever it came out to be for the other cards. And then you've got your insurance fees. It's based on your declared value. And again, you choose this. So if your cards, if you truly believe your cards are going to be valued highly after grading, it might be worth going up a little bit, but you don't have to. You know, most under 10 cards are going to be probably in the 1 to 1,000 range. You pay your $12 for your insurance. At least then you get something back if something happens. Because obviously the more money you spend, if this can focus, there we go. The more money you spend, the more money you're out. If you don't have to use the insurance, right? I mean, that's just how insurance works in general, but for international orders, there is an additional listing here, $1.25 for every $100 worth of insurance. So it's a little bit more expensive, but that is everything. I just wanted to reiterate the information for shipping it out. Might as well show it. It's here. Everything's listed out for you. Phone number, their website, and that's it for filling out these forms. If you have questions, concerns, if you think that I'm incorrect on filling out a portion of this product, leave a comment, let me know, give me feedback. I really want to thank you guys for taking the time to learn how to fill out a BGS, that is Beckett Grading System submission form, specifically for gaming. If you're filling out sports cards, you have a different submission form. So that's it for today. Seriously, thank you guys for watching this video, and we'll see you on the next one.